Hey guys, what's going on? So as you can tell from the title of this video, we are taking all my components out of the XPG Invader X case that I've had since May 2024 and putting everything inside of a new case from Arctic, the Arctic Xtender in white with the vertical graphic mount as well. They've also sent over their liquid cooler, the Liquid Freezer Pro 3 420ml liquid cooler, because one of the big advantages of this case that they've got is that you can put a 420ml rad in either the top or in the side, or both if you want to do custom liquid cooling. So today I'm going to give you a before and after of temperatures, noise, what it was like to build in, and overall give you my thoughts on whether or not it is worth the money. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to chuck it a like, get subscribed, and let's begin. Okay, so the build is done. We've taken everything out of my old XPG Invader X, taken out all of the components and transferred it into this huge case from Arctic, the Arctic Xtender. We've also got the Liquid Freezer 3 420ml rad up in the top there as well. This case again has got triple 140ml fans down the side and dual 120s on the rear. The graphic card that I'm using is a 4070 Ti 13900K. And all in all, I think this build is super impressive. It makes a statement. My partner said, oh my God, I can't believe how big this computer is. And it is massive. I mean, this XPG case was a mid-tower full ATX case. Obviously, you can put a full ATX motherboard. This one here just takes it a step above, and you can put into an EATX motherboard if you wish. But the ARGB fans are really nice. You've also got this piece of, piece of glass with ARGB lighting around the edge as well. You can, I believe, get, clear pieces of glass if you want to do that. You've obviously got the ARGB on the fans for the radiator, and all the fans are matching, and you can sync it all up using your motherboard's software. There's no controller or anything like that. The one thing that people do sort of mention in the reviews that I've been listening to is you're going to be a little bit concerned if you've got a big graphic card where it's maybe vertically mounted like this, and those connectors from the liquid cooler might come in contact with the top of the graphic card or might interfere with the power connector on your graphic card. So you gotta sort of check the website of your graphic card if you're gonna use this specific combo with this cooler. Again, if you're using a different cooler, maybe from a different company, your mileage may vary. If it's an issue, you can obviously mount it horizontally as well, but just check all those things out before you mount it. I didn't really have any issues with this particular card. It is resting, which is not good, but it hasn't impacted temperatures or thermals, which I'll get to in a little bit. Now, in terms of the back of the case, this is the rear panel with that piece of mesh that you can take in or out if you want to go ahead and vacuum it and clean it with all the dust that you might accumulate with these three 140ml fans that are going to be sucking through a lot of air. In terms of cable management though, there's plenty of room behind the case. If you've got lots of cables that you need to route, not going to have any issues there. Really nice grommets, nice little Velcro cable ties. The power supply that I'm using didn't need any extenders. This is just a power supply from Thermaltake. And yeah, all the cable runs were pretty easy to manage. If you do want to add in a few 3.5-inch hard drives, you've got a cage down there. You can also mount three 2.5s on the back as well. I think you also might be able to add another 2.5-inch onto that drive cage, but that drive cage can also be removed if you need to. Maybe if you're going to be putting in a pump or you don't need physical hard drives in your computer, or 3.5, so you can take that drive cage out. But in terms of the back of the case and everything else, it's super clean. Wasn't a real pain or problem to deal with in terms of all the cable management. And yeah, just plenty of room, which I'm not really surprised considering the size of the case. Now, for the top of the case, you've obviously got here your power, microphone, audio combo jack. You've got your USB-C port, two USB 3 Type A's. You've got the top panel, which can be easily removed, and you can go ahead and, if you want to remove that filter out, you can do that as well. In terms of the radiator, like I said, this is a 420. When you get this case, they actually have a bracket here that's pre-installed that I had to remove. That is for a 360mm rad if you want to go ahead and use a 360, which I think probably more people have than a 420 than the rail is already in. If you're going to be using a 420 like this, you got to remove that rail. So just one thing to note, but you can put either or, it doesn't really matter. A 240, a 120, a 360, or 420, you're going to be absolutely fine. But yeah, that's the top of the case there. The ports, putting the panel on or off is super simple. And yeah, now we'll get into hooking this PC up, and I'll show you guys the temperatures and also the acoustics. Now, it's actually been a couple weeks since I recorded the intro to this video, and that's so I could give this computer some time to breathe and gather my thoughts about whether or not I think this case and this cooler from Arctic is worth it for the money. Personally, I actually really dig this combo. If you've got the room that allows for it, or the space that allows for it to have such a big tall tower PC in your room, definitely I think this is the way to go. Whether or not you choose the white or the black option, or you go for the horizontal or the vertical graphic card option, that's completely your choice. But going with the 140mm fans for the radiator and also for the case on the side, and then the two 120s in the back, and then running those fans really, really low, which is what I've done, helps reduce the noise, still gives really good temperatures for long gaming sessions, long video sessions. And for me, noise, quietness, and performance are like the holy grail of what I want in a PC. I want it to be quiet, I want it to be powerful, and if it takes up a bit of space, then that's the price that you got to pay. I know that's not going to be for everybody, but personally for me, I really love this combo, and I can see this computer staying in its sort of current state for a long time to come. And even if I want to upgrade the GPU or the CPU, I know that this case and the cooler specifically is going to do a great job at handling all of those future upgrades that I may or may not do. So if you are in that sort of decision-making process about whether or not to pull the trigger on this case and cooler, 100% yes, with a slight disclaimer, which is if you're going to get the vertical graphic card mount like the one that was supplied in this case, just be mindful of the height of the graphic card if it maybe interferes with the tubes. Obviously, if you're getting a different cooler, then your sort of mileage may vary, but you just need to check that part out. With this particular combo, it's cutting it really, really close. But again, I'm super, super happy. And there's even enough room for Astro Boy to go into the front of the case. So great job, Arctic. I would love to see you guys maybe bring out a mid-tower or a micro or a mini ITX or all of the above form factor cases in the future for those who want to get an Arctic case. And the cooler, I mean, you guys already have such a great reputation. I think this cooler is just the sort of the tickety-boo in terms of CPU cores. So thank you for sending it over and allowing me to put my PC inside of this case using your components. If you have any comments or questions about this video, please let me know and I'll do my best to get back to you guys. And other than that, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.